questions about several kinds of animals, starting with the giraffe. Do giraffes have short necks?
Do giraffes have short necks?
No, they don't. Giraffes don't have short necks.
No, they don't.
Do giraffes have long necks?
Do giraffes have long necks?
Yes, that's correct. Giraffes have long necks.
Yes, that's correct.
Do they have wings?
Have long necks. Do they have wings?
No, they don't have wings.
No, they don't have wings.
Does a giraffe have 6 legs?
Does the giraffe have 6 legs?
No, a giraffe doesn't have 6 legs.
No, a giraffe.
Does a giraffe have 3 legs?
Does a giraffe have 3 legs?
No, that's ridiculous. A giraffe doesn't have 3 legs.
No, that's ridiculous.
How many legs does a giraffe have?
6 legs. 3 legs. How many legs does the giraffe have?
4. A giraffe has 4 legs.
4. A giraffe has 4 legs.
Does the bird have 4 legs?
Does the bird have 4 legs?
No, a bird doesn't have 4 legs.
No, a bird doesn't
How
have 4
many legs does the bird have?
How many legs does a bird have?
A bird has 2 legs.
A bird have 2 legs.
Do birds have wings?
Do birds have wings?
Yes, birds have wings.
Yes, birds
How many
have
wings does the bird have?
How many wings does the bird have?
A bird has 2 wings.
A bird has 2 wings.
Do lions eat vegetables?
Do lions eat vegetables?
No, lions don't eat vegetables.
No, lions don't
Do they eat food?
Vegetables. Do they eat food?
No, they don't eat food either.
No, they don't eat
What do
food
they eat?
either. What do they eat?
They eat meat.
They eat meat.
Do they eat fruit or vegetables?
Do they eat fruit or vegetables?
No, they don't eat fruit or vegetables.
No, they don't
What
eat
do
fruit
they eat?
or vegetables. What do they eat?
They eat meat.
They eat meat.
Alright, enough with the questions about animals. Now, I'm going to ask questions about 2 people named Matt and Jean. Are Matt and Jean musicians?
Are Matt and Jane musicians?
No, Matt and Jean are definitely not musicians. We
No.
know that because of the clothes that they're wearing.
No, Matt and Jane aren't musicians. We know that because of the clothes that they're wearing. No, Matt and Jane are definitely not musicians. We know that because the clothes that they are wearing.
Are they taxi drivers?
Are they taxi drivers?
No, they aren't taxi drivers.
No, they aren't
What
taxi
are they?
drivers. What are they?
Well, they're doctors.
Well, they're doctors.
Does Matt know Jean?
Does Matt know Jane?
Yes, Matt knows Jean.
Yes, Matt knows
Do Matt
Jane.
and Jean work in different hospitals?
Do Matt and Jane work in different hospitals?
No, that's not true.
No,
Matt
that's
and
not
Jean
true.
don't work in different hospitals.
No, that's not true.
Do they work in the same?
Matt and Jane don't work different hospitals. Don't work in different hospitals.
No, that's not true. Matt and Jean don't work in different hospitals. Do they work in the same hospital?
Do they work in the same hospital? Do they work in the
Yes,
same hospital?
they work in the same hospital.
Yes, they work in the same hospital. Hospital.
Does Matt know who Jane is?
Does Matt know who Jane is?
Yes, that's correct. Matt knows who Jane is.
Yes, that's correct.
Does Jane know Matt as well?
Who Jane is?
Ye- Does Matt know who Jane is?
Does Matt know who Jane
Yes,
is?
that's correct.
Yes,
Matt
that's
knows who
correct.
Jane is.
Matt knows who
Does Jane know
is.
Matt as well?
Does Matt know Jane as well? Does Matt know Jane as well?
Yes, Jane knows Matt as well.
Yes, Jane knows Matt as well.
Do Matt and Jane work in the same place?
Do Matt and Jane work in the same place? Do Matt and Jane work in the same place?
Yes, Matt and Jane work in the same place.
Yes, Matt and Jane work in the same place.
Do they know each other?
Do they know each other?
Yes, they know each other.
Yes, they know each other.
According to Jane, is Matt a terrible doctor?
According to Jane, is Matt a terrible doctor?
No, he's not.
No,
According to
he's
Jane,
not.
Matt isn't a terrible doctor.
No, he's not. According to Jane,
According to Jane, is Matt a great...
isn't a terrible doctor.
Do they know each other? Yes, they know each other. According to Jane, is Matt a terrible doctor?
According to Jane, is Matt a terrible
No, he's
doctor?
not.
No?
According to Jane, Matt isn't a terrible doctor.
No, he's not. According to Jane,
According to Jane, is Matt a great doctor?
According to Jane, is Matt a great doctor? Is Matt
Yes,
a
that's
great
correct.
doctor?
According to Jane, Matt is a great doctor.
Yes, that's correct. According to Jane,
Does
Matt
Jane
is
consider
a
Matt
great
a
doctor.
terrible doctor?
Does Jane consider Matt a terrible doctor?
No, Jane doesn't consider Matt a terrible doctor.
No, Jane doesn't consider
Does Jane consider Matt a
terrible
great doctor?
Does Jane consider Matt a terrible doctor?
Yes, that's right. Jane considers Matt a great doctor.
Yes, that's right. Jane considered Matt a
Okay,
great doctor.
now we're going to also talk about another doctor named Andrew. Does Matt know Andrew?
Does Matt know Andrew?
No, Matt doesn't know Andrew.
No, Matt doesn't
Does
know
Matt know
Andrew.
who Andrew is?
Does Matt know Andrew is? Know who Andrew is? Does Matt know who
Matt
Andrew
doesn't
is?
know who Andrew is.
No, Matt doesn't
What about
know
Jane?
who Andrew is.
Does Jane know Andrew?
What about Jane? Does Jane know Andrew?
No, Jane doesn't know Andrew either.
No, Jane doesn't know Andrew either.
Do Jane and Andrew know each other?
Do Jane and Andrew know each other?
No, Jane and Andrew don't know each other.
No, Jane
Do
and
Matt
Andrew
and
know
Andrew
each
know
other.
each other?
Don't know each other. Do Matt and Jane know each other?
No, Matt and Andrew don't know each other.
No, Matt and
Do
Andrew
Matt and Jane
don't
know each other?
Do Matt and Jane know each other?
Yes, Matt and Jane know each other. They
Yeah.
work in the same hospital after all.
Yes, Matt and Jane know each other. They work in the same hospital after all.
Do Matt and Jane work more than 5 days a week?
Do Matt and Jane work in
Yes,
5 days a
they
week?
work more than 5 days a week.
Do Matt and Jane work more than 5 days a week? 5 days a week. Yes, Matt and Jane work more than 5 days a week.
Do they work 7 days a week?
Do they work 7 days a week?
No, they don't work 7 days a week. They don't actually work that much.
No, they don't work 7 days a week. They don't actually work that much.
How many days a week do they work?
How many days a week do they work?
They work 6 days a week.
They work 6 days a week.
Do they work on Mondays?
Do they work on Mondays? Do they work on Mondays?
Yes, they work on Mondays.
Yes, they work on
Do they
Mondays.
work on Saturdays?
Do they work on Saturdays?
Yes, they work on Saturdays.
Yes, they work on Saturdays.
Do they work on Sundays?
Do they work on Sundays?
No, they don't work on Sundays.
No, they don't work on
Do
Sundays.
they work every day?
Do they work every day?
No, they don't work every day.
No, they don't work
What
every
day
day.
of the week don't they work?
What day of the week don't they work?
They don't work on Sundays.
They don't work on Sundays.